People who take pictures with money are corny. Having a skin color preference is really dumb to me. What's the point of getting married under the age of 25? Students who succeed academically deserve scholarships more than athletes. Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cameron. Today I'm gonna be doing a Unpopular Opinions Part 3 video. So this is my third installment in my Unpopular Opinion series. I never actually thought I was gonna do a third part. I didn't think I had that many unpopular opinions, but apparently I do. So here we are. So if you haven't seen my Part 1 Unpopular Opinions video and my Part 2 Unpopular Opinions video, which is my favorite video I've ever posted, make sure to go watch those. I'm gonna put them in the cards. I'll link them down below if I remember to do that. So yeah, make sure you go watch those two videos and then come back and watch this video. And I'm gonna do a Part 4 video too in a few weeks. Yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me which opinions you agreed with and disagreed with. Make sure to turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram, Cameron_Martin_. Oh yeah, today I only have 8 unpopular opinions, so take it easy. These aren't too bad. It might get some of y'all upset, but they're not too bad. They're not too controversial. Yeah, but without further ado, let's get into these opinions. Number 1, my first unpopular opinion is people who take pictures with money are corny. This is just so, you know the saying, confidence is quiet? Well, I think the same is true for wealth. Wealth is quiet. Someone who really has money, someone who's truly wealthy, not rich, but wealthy, they don't need to take pictures with money and hold it up to their ear like a phone, put money all over their bed, and do the money rain thing on Instagram to prove to people how much money they have, to prove to people that they're rich. It's just so corny to me. I feel like if you're rich, if you're wealthy, just be that. Why do other people need to know that? You just want to prove to people how rich you are and show people how rich you are as if other people matter. Who cares about other people? It's so corny to me. You don't see JayZ on Instagram showing people how much money he has, or with wads of cash in his hand counting how much money it is. Like, you're not gonna see him doing that because he doesn't need to. We all know he's rich. He doesn't need to prove it. And I understand some people, they grew up poor, so when they get some money, they don't know how to act, so they feel like they gotta show people how much money they have to prove to people that they made it. It's pointless. What's really the point of doing that? To make people jealous? Because again, that comes from a place of insecurity. I feel like if you're doing it to make people jealous, to make people hate on you, so that other people can see how rich you are. And half the time, the people who do that the most are people who really don't have that much money. Because again, if you really have money, you don't need to do that. You don't need to prove to people that you have money. We get it. And it's like, even if people don't know you have money, even if people don't know you're rich, so what? Like, you don't have to prove a point. Not everybody needs to know you're rich. Not everybody needs to know how much money you have in your bank. Not everybody needs to know you carry wads of cash with you everywhere you go. It's corny. Okay, my second unpopular opinion. Colleges shouldn't force students to take classes that are irrelevant to their major. Okay, and I say this as a college student, so if you don't know, I go to, it says it right there, Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I think if your major is criminal justice, why are we taking a computer science class? If your major is communications, why are we taking an algebra class? If your major is nursing, why are you taking a writing class? Like, just majors that are completely irrelevant to your major and completely irrelevant to what you're trying to do as far as your career. That's what I don't really get. It's just like filler classes. If you took classes that are specifically for your major, we would all be done with college within 2 years, 2.5 years max, because I didn't start taking classes for my major until my sophomore year of college. Everything before that was history, English, math, science, biology, algebra. None of that has nothing to do with my major. And I don't remember any of it, and I'm still in college. I haven't even graduated yet, and I don't remember any of it. If you showed me to solve a math problem that I would solve back when I was in a math class, I wouldn't know how to solve it. So what's really the point? It's pointless. Again, it doesn't make any sense because it's really not gonna help you in the long run. You're trying to be a doctor, you probably need to take all of these classes because if you're a doctor, you need to be like extremely smart and extremely like well versed in like pretty much every area. So I think I kind of get that. But like I said, communication major, criminal justice major, political science major, they don't need to take all these random classes they try to give you because it has nothing to do with their career path that they're trying to pursue. Okay, my third unpopular opinion. Guys should always pay on the first date, no matter who asks to. Now, this one might not be that unpopular. I think most women would agree with me on this, but there are people out there who feel like, oh no, if I'm the woman and I ask him, so that means I have to pay. I don't agree with that at all. I think if a man's a real gentleman, he's gonna pay regardless of if you asked him or if he asks you. I mean, a sub unpopular opinion that goes with this, I don't think women should ask men on dates. I don't believe in that. I don't agree with that. But that's, maybe I can put that in a different video. Yeah, most likely the man asks you. And I think men who let a woman pay for the first date, lets a woman pay for herself as well as him. Men that make women go half and half, that's lame to me. It's not a real man don't do that. A real gentleman doesn't do that. He will pay for the both of you guys. Doesn't matter if the meal was $20 or $100. He's gonna pay for the both of you. Doesn't matter if he asks you or you ask him. It's just a gentlemanly thing to do. It's the right thing to do. Especially guys who ask the girl on the first date and then she still pays, huh? And guys who forget their wallet, please. I've heard stories of guys who did that on purpose just to see how the girl will react. Like they do it on purpose. It's a trick. It's a game. He doesn't get a second date if he makes you pay on the first date. That's lame. That's weird. Men should always pay for the first date. Always, without question. Even if he's not doing the best financially, still, you have to live within your means. If he knows that he doesn't have that much money, obviously he's not gonna take you to like the nicest of the nicest restaurants. So he has to take you to a restaurant within his budget so that he can pay for the both of you. It just doesn't make sense otherwise. To let a woman pay for a man, a grown man, on a first date, no. Number 4, my fourth unpopular opinion is the talking stage is dumb. When people say, oh, we're talking, or we're in the talking stage, we're in the talking phase, it just sounds so juvenile to me, because what's talking? Like, I feel like that's something teenagers do. When I hear grown people saying that they're talking, I'm like, ugh. He's not serious about you or she's not serious about you talking. But when I hear someone say we're talking, I take it literal and I take that to mean you guys are just texting, or you guys just FaceTime and call each other on the phone. You guys don't go out on dates. You guys don't spend actual time together, at least not a lot. And most of your communication between each other is just texting, talking. That's how I take it to mean. Because if you and your person do that, that means you guys are talking. And I think that's dumb, because I feel like if someone really likes you, they're gonna take you out on a date. They're gonna wanna spend time with you. They're gonna wanna hang out with you. The fact that it's most, if not all of your communication is strictly through phone, that's like nonsense. That's not real, that's fake. And now I'm talking about if this is someone who you want to be in a relationship with, if this is someone who you really like and you can see yourself being with, and all you guys do is talk, that's ridiculous. He or she doesn't like you like that. If there's no plans made of trying to hang out, trying to take you on a date, trying to do anything more to further your communication besides just keeping it strictly on a phone basis. I saw this one video, Shalon Lester, she said phones are a sub form of communication. So if a guy's talking to you on a sub form of communication, that means he doesn't like you like that. I feel like talking stage is just for people who just you're not serious about, people who you don't like that, people who you don't really want to get into a relationship with, but you just deal with them because you want someone to keep you company, and you're not serious about them. We don't talk. That's 15-year-olds. That's what 15-year-olds do. We don't do that. Not grown. But and there are so many grown people who still say, oh, we're talking. I'm like, ugh, gosh, talking is so dumb. Okay, number 5, my 5th unpopular opinion is having a skin color preference is stupid. People who say, oh,
they gotta be light skin, he gotta be dark skin, she gotta be this color, he gotta be this color. I don't date this color. Oh no, if he's this color, I can't date him.
I think that's the stupidest thing whenever I hear people say it. I heard it a lot more when I was in high school, but I just thought that was so dumb, because you're literally dismissing a whole group of people based on what? Based on one person you was with? If you're a girl who's like, oh, I don't date light-skinned guys. Okay, have you met every single light-skinned guy in the world? You're saying there's not a single light-skinned person in the world that you could ever find attractive or appealing in any shape or form. That doesn't make sense. It's okay to have a type, even though if you watch my first video, you know that I said I think we should do away with the idea of having a type physically. But this one's kind of like a part 2 of that unpopular opinion. Why can't you just date someone who you find attractive regardless of what their skin color is? It's okay to not find someone attractive, of course, no matter what skin color they are. It's okay to not find people attractive. Just to like be so like set it in stone, like I do not date people who look like this. It doesn't make any sense to me, because that person could be your soulmate and you're missing out on them because you refuse to give them a second look just because their skin color is a certain way when they could have the most amazing personality in the world. It doesn't make sense. And just like I said in the first video, just because someone may not be super attractive the first time you meet them doesn't mean that the attraction can't grow over time. So you can't just, I just think it's wrong to just completely dismiss someone right off the bat just because of their skin color. Again, pointless. It doesn't make sense. It's like almost against everything that Dr. Martin Luther King was trying to say, like, don't judge people off of the color of their skin, but the content of their character. And I feel like that's so true. And people just, they see someone's skin color and like, oh, no, can't date them. But they have no idea about what's going on the inside. And that's really what it's about. What's their personality like on the inside? Because you're not dating their skin color, you're dating who they are on the inside, them as a person. Plus looks fade, so having a skin color preference is really dumb to me. Just date people who you like, people who you have chemistry and a connection with, and people who you genuinely find attractive regardless of how light or dark they are. People put so much emphasis on that, especially people in the Black community. I think it's ridiculous and dumb. My 6th unpopular opinion is guys who care about body count are insecure. Now, I've seen this conversation countless times. People ask guys, does a woman's body count matter? And 8 times out of 10, the guy will say,
oh yeah, it matters. Oh yeah, she can't have more than 3, she can't have more than 5, she can't be in the double digits. Oh no, she got more than 20, oh, she's trash, she can't date her.
Of course, it's not ideal to date someone who's been with so many people, man or woman. Obviously that's not ideal, but most people have a past. Most people, you're not the first person that they've ever been with. If we're talking about adults, grown people, you're not the first person they've ever been with. They've been with people before you. You shouldn't judge someone just based off how many people they've been with, especially the guy. Especially if you've been with a lot of people, it's not fair to judge a woman if she's been with a lot of people, because that's unfair. You can't be with a lot of people and judge her. I can understand maybe if you're a guy who's a virgin or you haven't been with one person, maybe you don't want to date a woman who's been with 50 people. Okay. But if you've been with 50 people and you turn your nose up about a woman who's been with 50 people, you're just being a hypocrite at that point, and it doesn't make sense. I say that guys are insecure if they care about body count is because, again, I feel like if a man is confident within himself and he's confident within his abilities, he doesn't care about how many guys you've been with because it doesn't make a difference. If you're a guy, a man, not a teenager, a man who cares about a woman's body count, explain to me in the comments. Explain to me why that's something that bothers you and why is that something that makes a difference to you. Because I feel like body count, it's irrelevant. It shouldn't even be a topic of discussion. If a guy literally asks you how many people you've been with, immediately cut him off, because then that just tells you right there what his intentions are, because it's irrelevant. As long as you both are clean, you guys are both safe, and neither one of you has been with someone's friends, best friends, brothers, people that we know in the same circle. As long as everything's clear with that, it doesn't matter. What does a number mean? Okay, so you ask a girl how many people she's been with, she says 10. Okay, what difference does that make? What difference does it make? What does that mean to you? You don't know any of those 10 people. You're never going to know them. You're never going to meet them. And they're never going to make a difference to you in your relationship. So what difference does it make? It's literally pointless to ask that question. Like for me, I'm not going to ask you how many people you've been with, because what do I need to know that for? Because you're with me now. So what do I care what other girl you've been with before me? Because I don't know those girls. Who cares? It's dumb to ask that question. It's dumb to care about it, because what difference does it make? Obviously, you don't want to date a girl who has been with all of your friends, or if you're a guy who's like on a basketball team, you don't want to date the girl who slept with half the guys on the basketball team. I get that. But if she made a list for you of all the guys, you don't know any of those people, so who cares? People who care about body count, they're just insecure because they know, guys who care about body count, they're insecure about a woman who's been with a lot of people because they know deep down that they may not measure up to some of the other guys she's been with. So that makes them feel insecure about being with her because they know that they might not, perform as well as some of the other guys. So that's why they have a problem with it. Because again, like I said, a man who's truly confident within himself, and with his abilities and what he brings to the table in a relationship, he doesn't care about no other guy you've been with. Like guys say they want a girl who's experienced, but then when they get a girl who's experienced, they call her, the H word. And it's a hypocrite. It's like hypocrites. Like, what do you want? Like, you don't want a girl inexperienced, but you don't want the girl who's been with everybody. So what is it? Okay, number 7. My 7th unpopular opinion is, what's the point of getting married under the age of 25? For the life of me, I do not understand people who get married like between the ages of 18 and 24. That's just so young to me, to be getting married, to be a husband, to be a wife. I just don't get that. Like, what's the rush? Why do you want to get married at 20? And why do you want to be a wife or a husband at 22? You're so young. Like, I just don't understand. Why can't you just stay boyfriend and girlfriend? Why can't you just stay in the relationship dating phase? Why does it have to be marriage so young? And I know people are gonna say, when you know, yeah, you can know, but still wait until you're a little older to be married. When you become a wife, or when you become a husband, there's certain things about your life that need to change. You guys move in together, you guys are sharing a space. You're a husband, you're a wife, you do husband and wife things. You can't live your life the same when you're a married person. You just can't. And say if you're 22 years old, 21 years old, say if you live on your own and you want to stay out until 2 in the morning, you could do that. And no one will say anything because you live by yourself and you can do what you want. And you don't have to answer to anybody. But when you get married, you can't stay out until 2 in the morning. And when you have your husband at home, unless your husband doesn't care, but I think most husbands would care about that. You gotta tell him, oh, I'm gonna be late, and if you come back later than what you said, then he's gonna be mad, and it's gonna be an argument. So you can't live the same life when you're married at that age. When you get married later, at like later 20s, later 30s, you've done all the partying, you've done all the clubbing thing, you've done all the staying out late stuff, you've done all the young people stuff, you've gotten that all out your system. So now when you're older, you get married and you can just live a married life like a husband or a wife should. When you're young, it's like you just can't do any of that. Well, you don't really know yourself when you're that young yet. The things you like when you're 20 are way different than the things you're gonna like when you're 30 and even 40 or 50. So you marry this person at 18 years old, how do you know you're still gonna like them in 10 years? Especially if you got married within a few months. That's a different unpopular opinion. Save that one for the next video. But especially if you got married within a few months at 18. I think it's kind of like a known fact that most young people don't have the best judgment and they're not really the best at picking their partners. So how do you know that this is the right one? Because people love to say, oh, you know, people have said that and ended up getting a divorce. I just don't understand what's the rush. Like, why do you have to get married at 18? Why? Why do you have to get married at 21? If you're a person who got married under 25, tell me why you felt they need to get married so young and why you felt like you couldn't just wait until you're a little older. My last unpopular opinion is students who succeed academically deserve scholarships more than athletes. And the credit for this one goes to BuzzFeed. I got this one from the BuzzFeed website, Unpopular Opinions. So I saw it and I was like, I agree. Let me just make a disclaimer that I'm not trying to just talk a whole bunch of mess about athletes, because I was in the last video, my Unpopular Opinions Part 2 video. Go watch that video if you haven't seen it. I was talking about how professional athletes get paid way too much, NBA players in particular. And this is not me trying to talk mess about every single person who's an athlete. Athletes are great, but I think that students who excel academically do deserve more scholarship money than athletes, because I think it takes more effort to excel academically than it does to excel in sports. And maybe that's not really a valid statement because I've never excelled in any sport I've ever played. The fact that athletes get so much more money in scholarships than people who get 4.5 GPAs in school, take 7 AP classes and get A's in all of them, I think that person deserves way more scholarship money than someone who is the captain of the football team. And yes, I know lots of work, a lot of training, a lot of practice goes into being an athlete, yes. But being an athlete can only last you so long. Once you turn 30 max, being an athlete is over, at least a professional one. if you're smart, you excel academically in school, that can last you for the rest of your life. You can't just stop being smart. You can stop being an athlete. So you get one wrong hit, you bust your knee, you're done forever. You can't stop being smart. You'll be smart for the rest of your life if you work at it. If you study and you actually work hard to succeed in school and to ace all your classes and to do well on all your tests. I feel like that takes a little bit more effort. I feel like not anyone could excel in school. And not anyone can be an athlete, but I know people are gonna say like athletes, they deserve more money because in college they're the ones that bring all the money to the school, so they deserve more scholarship money. But I guess you can say that's a valid point. But I'm not saying they don't deserve money at all. I'm saying they don't deserve more money than people who excel academically, people who take the hardest classes at the school, the hardest of the hardest classes, and they are the top of the class in every class, excel in every class, study for hours at night, every night, get A's on all their tests. And the athletes who average a negative 2.8 GPA get more money than those people. That doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, they deserve scholarships more. They just do. Again, not saying the athletes don't deserve scholarships. And again, a lot of work goes into being an athlete, but maybe I'm biased because I'm not an athlete and I was one of those kids who was smart. But so yeah, that's it. Those are my unpopular opinions. Part 3. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to tell me in the comments what opinions you agree and which ones you disagree with. And for the ones you disagree with, let me know your thoughts. Tell me what your opinions are because I would want to hear it. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications again, and make sure to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram name is Cameron_Martin_. Stay tuned for my next video on Tuesday, July 13th at 5 p.m. I love you guys so much if you made it to the end of this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.